No problem. Midterm and final, sweats through the food, gets all that in.
And that's all college is.
And that's what it is, yeah. It's like, the rest of the stuff's like 15% of the grade. That's it. Everything else is midterm and final.
No, no.
Boots. What about your boots? You got boots on?
Did you hear that?
You chose not to do that.
You chose not to do
You're missing it now. Are you working on April 23rd? Like,
I'm not sure. Don't mess up. You know who you got the line?
you're not a real person. So,
Setting up the food.
but I couldn't fool him in the
That was a low blow.
That's pretty much the story of the
That
year.
really came out of
What's
left
the
field.
highlight of my whole year? What are you talking
I
about?
haven't been able
sorry,
to get
Mr.
another
Rice.
story to replace. Okay, after you talk, take those off fast. I'll get them on and then I'll go up. We got time.
you try to make everything perfect and beautiful. And
That text messaging was completely.
You know what?
confusing.
I came this way.
There's a lot of uncertainty
I
in the
bet there's some
communication.
power.
Do you need a script?
One of the biggest issues is he was like pretty polished. It's not because they're smaller.
Let's go on that table over there. Let's go on that table over there. Which table? Caleb.
And neither does the one baker. Hey, got it. Fabulous. Thought they did a good job.
Wow.
And I haven't had this discussion. I know I need to do here. Yes. Thank you very much. You just go back to the Perfect. Thank you, sir.
So was it the right
Wasn't the right thing. It wasn't inside the pack.
I'll be serving passes, rushing around there, and whatever hired me. What about that mean?
Ropa vieja. You know what ropa vieja is?
No, not really.
Ropa vieja is shredded beef, seasoned, and pork chunks.
That would be the
And
pork chop or?
yuca and slata.
The traditional way of doing this in the Cuban buffet line is that you actually put your face into the food and just whatever you can bite out of there and put on the plate, that's yours. That's what you
Here, here, over here.
Dance with the west wind and touch on the mountaintops, sail over the canyons and up to the stars, and reach for the heavens and hope for the future and all that we can be, not just what we are.
Debbie and Barry also forgot those chairs. Stomach pains, but I just bent over stomach pains. I was trying to work. You don't put it in the...
They are lit.
They are lit. One wanted me to throw one out because Congratulations, William.
All right. Thank you. Say hi.
Good evening, everyone. Word of honor. William's family would like to extend a warm welcome to all of our friends, our scouts, and our fellow adult scouters here as we honor William Gully for attaining the Scout's highest rank, the Eagle Scout. Before we officially open this court of honor, I would like to welcome and recognize a few honored guests. First from the governor, we have Mayor Fred Pinto for the Village of Royal Palm. Also from Cat's Eye, we have Mr. Dennis Wright. Mrs. Rhonda Davis. Mrs. Geneva White. Mr. Winston Martin. Miss Shirley Palmer. And Mr. and Mrs. Jeff Nemel. We are honored tonight to have Troop 111 present the colors for this flag ceremony. Please stand. Color guard advance. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my honor my country, to obey the Scout law, to help people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout law. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Outdoor code. As an American, I'll do my best to keep my outdoor manners, be careful of fire, consider the outdoors, and be conservation minded. 2. Color guard, post the colors. Color guard, dismiss. Now please welcome to the stage Jonathan Farrell with Troop 111, who will be giving the invocation.
Good evening. Please remove your hats if it is your custom. Scout is reverent. Our Great Spirit, we thank you for this special day in the life of William Gully. Today we celebrate the accumulated efforts William has made over the years to advance in scouting. We think of all the merit badges he earned along the way, the oaths he learned, the character he developed, and his service to our community and fellow Scouts. Today we celebrate this marker of faithful and hard work. So we ask you, Great Spirit, to bless William, his family who supported and encouraged him. We ask your blessing to fall upon his fellow Scouts whose fellowship he has enjoyed along the path. We thank you for the Scout leaders who gave so much time and energy to develop young men like William. Bless them with the certainty that their work has influenced the course of many lives. We all benefit because of their sacrifices and leadership. And so, Great Spirit, we pray that you would bless this celebration as we rejoice with William. We pray in your name, amen. Please be seated.
Thank you, Jonathan. Now, I would like to welcome Mayor Fred Pinto, Mayor of the Village of Royal Palm, for some opening remarks.
Can everyone hear me? With a mask? We're okay? Well, I'm just delighted to be here this evening, and I'm always delighted when I get a chance to come visit Troop 111, which we consider our troop here in the village of Royal Palm Beach. And I have lost total count of how many times I've had a chance to be here with you to share the joy of honoring and naming a new Eagle Scout. This troop must have a record for the United States of America in terms of producing more Eagle Scouts than any other troop. I don't know if that's a fact, but it certainly is true in this area here in the Royal Palm Beach Western communities. So, can you hear me? Okay, I just got a signal. You want me to start over? Sure. This is the only place I see myself on the agenda, so I'm going to do something that I've had the honor of doing several times for your outstanding young people who rise to the rank of Eagle Scout, and that is to provide a formal letter of congratulations from the Office of the Mayor on behalf of not myself only, but on behalf of our entire Village Council and staff. We are so proud of you and the work you do in Troop 111. So with that, William, stand up, please. You don't have to get close. I know we got distance. Okay, to William Gully. Dear Mr. Gully, congratulations on achieving Eagle Scout, the highest rank of scouting. Your achievement is an inspiration to others and a source of pride for your community. Scouting encourages young men to become responsible citizens and to reach their full potential. By becoming an Eagle Scout, you have proven your commitment and dedication to service. You have also demonstrated the important principles of honesty and dignity. You can wisely apply the lessons of this milestone to the unlimited opportunities available to you in life. I also commend your family and Scout leaders for offering encouragement, guidance, and support as you have worked to reach this very important goal. With best wishes and success in all you do in the future, on behalf of the Village of Royal Palm Beach, congratulations. Job. You want to take this out here?
Thank you, Mayor Pinto, and congratulations to William. It gives me great pleasure to now introduce to you Mr. Paul Estevez, an ASM from Troop 111, who will formally open this Eagle Court of Honor.
Thank you, Jared. Can everyone hear me? Scouting is no doubt one of the greatest organizations in the world to foster the highest ideals of citizenship. It's little wonder that so many of our nation's greatest leaders had some of their earliest leadership experiences in scouting. Now, scouting is changing, but one thing remains constant, and that is the total development from boyhood to manhood depends on the physical, mental, and moral growth expressed in the Scout Oath. The skills are so demanding and the challenges are so great that it's not surprising that only 4% of all boys in scouting achieve the rank of Eagle Scout each year. When most boys enter Scouting, they picture themselves as one day becoming Eagle Scouts. But as you know, there were too many activities and interests clamoring for their attention, and the flames that were burning aspirations flicker, dim, and die out. Today we honor a young man who's completed the Eagle Scout Trail, an honor that represents what the boy will be in the future as he grows to manhood. By the power invested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Eagle Court of Honor open.
Thank you very much, Mr. Estevez. I would now like to call up Troop 111, ASM, Mr. Ron Rice, or Dr. Ron Rice, I apologize, to read some scouting statistics that you may or may not have heard at other Eagle Court of Honors.
Thank you, Jared. Actually, I got my own script here in much larger font. Of any 100 boys who become scouts, it must be confessed that 30 will drop out in their first year. Some might regard this as a failure, but these 30 scouts will remember that they had been in scouting and will speak well of the program. Of these 100 scouts, only rarely will one ever appear before a juvenile court judge. 12 of the 100 will be from families that belong to no church. Through scouting, these 12 and many of their families will be brought into contact with the church and will continue to be active all of their lives. 6 of the 100 will become pastors. Each of the 100 will learn something from scouting, and all will develop hobbies that will add interest throughout the rest of their lives. Approximately one half will serve in the military, and in varying degrees profit from their scout training. At least one of the 100 will use their scout training to save another person's life. And many will credit their scouting career for saving their own life. 4 of the 100 will reach Eagle rank, and at least one will later say that he valued his Eagle above his college degree. Many will find their future vocation through merit badge work and scouting contacts. 17 of the 100 boys will become adult leaders and will give leadership to thousands of additional boys. It's interesting to know that across the leaders of this nation in business, religion, and politics, 3 out of 4 were scouts. And 26 of the first 29 astronauts were scouts, including Neil Armstrong, our first man on the moon. This scouting story will never end. Like the golden pebble of service dropped into the human sea, the ripples of scouting will continue to radiate in ever-widening circles, influencing the characters of men through unending time. Today and tonight, we honor our one scout in 100, William Gully.
Thank you, Dr. Rice. Through each step of William's scouting career, first with Pack 123 and later in Troop 111, William has had the full support of his family. I would like to call up his grandfather in Troop 111 Scoutmaster, Mr. Harold Williams, up to the stage to present the Trail to Eagle.
We rehearse this and everything. This symbolizes the growth, both physically and scouting skills, that Williams experienced as he moved along the trail. beginning at Pack 123 and continuing to grow in Troop 111. William, I will present for you in the audience the Trail of the Eagle. As we do this, William, think back to the experiences you had at each rank. This is the Trail of the Eagle. Let us now reflect on the Trail to Eagle, which a young man must undertake. If you refer to your program, you can see the long trail this Eagle candidate has traveled. We remember well when you first came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back in time for a moment. Look down the cliff you have climbed. Look at the experiences you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten.
I am the Scout. My badge represents the International Brotherhood of Scouting, which I have joined.
Do you remember when you took your first step upon the trail to become an Eagle? With that first step, you began to grow physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the Scout oath and Scout law. Soon, you attained the tenderfoot rank.
I am the Tenderfoot. My 3 points stand for the 3 points of Scout Oath. Duty to God, and the country. Duty to other people, and duty to myself. You will find me on the Mariner's Compass, forever pointing forever pointing the way to the North Star and a safe journey in life. On my face are 2 stars representing truth and knowledge. A shield is an emblem of a nation molded together in justice, and an eagle guards the freedom of my land.
Once inspired by the spirit of scouting, you will not stay a tenderfoot for long. Putting simple achievements behind you, you quickly climb to the rank of second-class scout.
I am the second class. The ends of my scroll are turned up in the willing smile of a scout. On my face is the motto, "Be prepared." And suspended from me is the knot, tied to remind you of the slogan of the Boy Scouts of America: do a good turn daily.
Some, like you, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. You began to study more. You worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where the first class scouts dwell. The first class is competent in outdoor skills of camping, cooking, hiking, and first aid.
I was first class scout. I was 10-foot and laid my course by the stars of truth and knowledge, and girded myself with the righteousness of justice and freedom. I did a smile that might be friend to all, and bound myself together with the knot of duty to others.
There, you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal clear stream behind the sun, with slushies and candy bars available in the shop, and you were tempted to remain. Yes, you could have remained there to live in first-class glory, but your ambition stirred you on. Remember your advancement to Star Scout. The Star Scout learns to work with the younger boys in the troop, passing along their knowledge that they have gained.
I am the star. Now that I can stand alone, I have the right to improve on my own. To me goes the honor of choosing my field. Before me lies a horizon of endless opportunities.
The trail from first class to star rank was not as difficult as it had seemed. This spurred you on, and you climbed further. The trail was steeper and less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be headed in your direction. You looked down and saw the scouts below you. You looked up and saw a few above you. And with the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued up the trail. Gaining the next summit was not easy. Much leadership, service, and hard work had to be done. Soon, you earned the badge of life rank.
I am the life. I've shown the whole world that scouting is my heart. I've mastered the knowledge of subjects that will benefit my country and my fellow man. I am ready to reach for my wings to fly.
While a Life Scout is a much coveted position and deserves much credit, the Eagle Trail does not end there. It still leads on to the summit. The pathway narrows and steepens considerably as it winds its way along the narrow ledge. It becomes tougher and more trying. Many things have to be done in order to conquer these last miles. Additional merit badges were earned. Your leadership and service to others were tested through the Eagle Service Project. Only those with the greatest amount of persistence and courage are able to gain this thrill of victory. You are on your way to Eagle.
I am the eagle. Since the beginning of time, man has used me and my brothers as a symbol of royalty, power, victory, authority, and valor. My strength and courage has inspired men throughout the ages, from the god of the Assyrians to the symbol of the Caesars to the emblems of this country. It was thus fitting that the eagle would have been a part of the most momentous achievement of man. The Apollo 11 crew chose Eagle as the name of the lunar module for which to make history. In the words of Eagle Scout Neil Armstrong, Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle had landed, and man was on the moon. In 1911, following traditions as old as man had set foot, the Boy Scouts of America chose the eagle to symbolize the highest achievement. Throughout all history, it may be the symbol of man's best. Now, the eagle is the symbol of scouting's best. I am the eagle. I am prepared to stand for the virtues of freedom, strength, and pride. I am the eagle. I am prepared to serve my God, my country, and my fellow man. I am the eagle. I am prepared to stand for honesty, truth, and integrity. I am the eagle. I am prepared to lead others to accomplish set tasks to the best of my ability. I am the eagle. I am prepared to cross all lines of race, creed, and nationality. I am the eagle. I am prepared to be self-reliant and resourceful. I am the eagle. I am prepared.
Yes, we have watched your character unfold to become manlier. We have watched your leadership expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all these things in you, and now that you are on the threshold of your goal, we welcome you. For you have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner.
Thank you, Mr. Williams and fellow Scouts. Now, it is the time for the highlight of our program. Honor Guard Eagle Scout Ethan Estevez and Eagle Candidate Jonathan Farrell, please escort before this court of honor William Gully, where he will be prepared to receive the highest rank conferred by the Boy Scouts of America, that of Eagle Scout. Be the spotlight. No. That doesn't matter. Stand. William began his scouting career as a Weeblo in the 4th grade. He spent his Cub Scout years in Pack 123 and crossed over into Boy Scout Troop 111 under the leadership of first Mr. Steve Whalen and later Mr. Harold Williams. Please welcome once again, Mr. Williams.
William, Mr. Whalen couldn't be here tonight. He did send some words that he'd like me to read for him. And that's all I'm reading. I'm not doing anything else. This is from Mr. Whalen. It says, "Hi, William. Congratulations on reaching the pinnacle of any scouting career. One that is reached by years of service and hard work. But you already know this. I regret that I'm not able to be there in person, but I'm certainly there in spirit. Such spirit, in fact, that I am camping this weekend and currently 4 miles into hiking a stretch of the Florida Trail and was just able to pick up a cell signal so I could send you my best. And yes, I did find a tent stake. If that whiny, petty, and jealous Mr. Thomas complains, he's not here, so kind of takes the whole thing out of it, that I planted it, I have a witness to attest to it. Happy to report the streak is alive and well. And speaking of streak, you continue a long line of outstanding Eagle Scouts from Troop 111. It is your charge to continue leading by the example that was set by all those that came before you. You set the bar high to get to this point, and you do not set anything for less than Eagle, earning earning, not getting, the rank of Eagle Scout. You had a difficult path being the Scoutmaster's son. I know, I know firsthand the difficulty that is involved with that. It definitely doesn't make it easy, as some would assume. I am proud of all that you accomplished, and I take solace in the fact that Troop 111, and something about you being proud of Troop 111. Congratulations. Mr. Whale may have a substance or something, a drink or two before he did that. Camping without Cub Scouts and stuff. So, my turn. When we started thinking about William's Court of Honor, we envisioned having it in a banquet hall somewhere rather than outdoors at a fire ring. However, it does seem fitting to be here. Because being outdoors is a big part of scouting. And William has this thing about fire. Yeah. In addition, here at Palmwest Church, Presbyterian Church, it's where William and I attended our first Eagle Court of Honor for Jonathan Germain. William had only been with Troop 111 for a little over a year at the time, and I remember both he and I being impressed and inspired by the whole ceremony. I also thought about what a long road he had ahead of him to earn Eagle. I had doubts that he would stick to it. Fortunately, I was wrong about that. My next thought, purely selfish, is, well, at least I won't have to give a speech. So much for that. William has been in scouting for 10 plus years now. And from the beginning. Where's the fire? I don't have to read it. From the beginning, he was fired up to earn his Eagle. Right up until that first Tanakita summer camp. Right up until that first Tanakita summer camp. It took me several years to piece together all the events that happened, the whole story of that TK summer camp. And I won't embarrass him today by going into all the details. However, after that week, he came to me and said he didn't think he wanted to remain in scouting any longer. I told him to maybe give it another camp out, one more camp out, and see if he still didn't want to do scouting, he could quit. Needless to say, that next camp out was great, and he was like a rocket ship, earning rank after rank, right up until he hit life, and he kind of sputtered there for a few years. William has excelled here at Troop 111, both a scout and a leader. He mastered knots and lashes, which are probably the most difficult things to learn in scouting. And I've already mentioned this thing about fire. As senior patrol leader, he led our troop through one of the most difficult periods we've had since we were founded. When he completed his tenure as senior patrol leader, our troop was on the right track and stronger than ever. I have been fortunate to watch William grow, mature, and develop, both as a scoutmaster and as a grandfather. I cannot begin to express how proud I am of all that he has achieved. William has devoted more than half of his life to reach this point. This is longer than he will spend in high school and college combined. I'm sure that years down the road, he will look back on this milestone and realize that it was one of the greatest adventures of his life. A little bit later this evening, everyone will be invited up to share memories of the time scouting with me. I would like to share one of them with you now. Mostly it's about how quickly our time here passes. Back in the days when we still had a troop bus, the older scouts always sat in the back, and the younger scouts in the front. Nobody made them sit like this, it's just how it was. When I first started driving the bus, there was William sitting right behind me. Then all of a sudden, one day I looked in the mirror, and William was at the back of the bus. And I couldn't figure out when that had happened. It made me sad. I knew there wouldn't be much longer till William's journey along the Eagle Trail would be over. As I was reminiscing over William's scouting career, trying to find the words to say today, I realized not only do we as leaders have a great deal of influence over the young scouts, but they have a great deal of influence upon us as well, both as leaders and adults. They make us better. I thought of all the time William and I have spent scouting, doing projects, going camping, and attending meetings. I have given William support, shown him how to do things, been tough on him on occasion, kicked him in the butt a few times, and told him how proud I was of him. One thing I've never done is thank him. Thank him for wanting me to share this experience with him. Thanking him for sharing me with the other scouts in the troop, and hopefully I helped a little along the Eagle Trail. Thanking him for introducing me to a great group of adults who have become great friends. But most of all, thank him for creating memories of our time as scouts together that I will treasure for the rest of my life. Today, William, as we celebrate this tremendous achievement, I want you to know how proud I am. Most of all, I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And now I would like to invite Eagle Scout Mr. Jeff Sladen to the stage to deliver the Eagle Charge. Mr. Sladen is an ASM and the Eagle advisor for Troop 111. Except he's not very mobile right now.
Can y'all hear me? William, I have the honor to give you the Eagle Charge on this occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in Scouting. The Boy Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant influence in world history. You have been counted worthy of this high rank in Boy Scouts of America. William, you are deserving of much credit in having achieved Scouting highest rank. However, wear your award with humility. Be ever mindful that every Scout is looked upon as an example. May the Scout oath and the Scout law be your guide for tomorrow and on. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend on the most part, on the quality of her citizens. Our country has had a great past. You can help make the future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift up every task you do, every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow men. So live and serve that those who know you will be inspired to find a living. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their hearts, hands, skills, and ability to the common good. While continuing to set an example of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, reverence for God, regardless of what others may do. You may leave behind a record of which you may be justly proud. Eagle candidate William Galt, I charge you to enter the Eagle Scout Brotherhood without reservation, and hold always before you ideals of honor and service. Will all the Eagle Scouts here today please stand and state... Oh, sorry. Will all the Eagle Scouts here please stand and state your name and what year you got your Eagle? Remain standing too.
Carl Board, 2016.
Okay. Remain standing too. By repeating your Eagle Scout promise before your fellow Scouts, you will become an Eagle Scout. If you pledge yourself on the sacred honor, you will be sealing the entire eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scouts. The same words as closing declaration. Will all the Eagle Scouts here please join William as he takes his promise? Outside, please repeat after me. I state your name, reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recommend, take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I'll do my best to make my training an example and my status and my influence count strongly for better scouting, for better citizens, my troop, community, contacts with other people. For this, I pledge my sacred honor. Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Sladen. William, before this Eagle Award is bestowed upon you, I'm going to ask the Honor Guard to escort your mother and grandfather to your side. I would also like Dr. Rice to join us at the podium.
William Gully, we are finally at that point that you have been waiting for, right? Having confirmed all readiness for the reception of this award, it is now time to formally present this high badge of accomplishment. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken always remain with you. William, your family has undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. I would like your mother to pin the Eagle Medal on your uniform. William, in return, please present your mother with the Eagle Scout Mother's Pin. William, your grandfather has been the source of much advice and guidance along your Eagle Trail. I would like to ask him to replace your scarf and slide around your neck. In return, please present your grandfather with the Eagle Scout Father's Pin. William, no words of this Court of Honor could do justice to the devotion and patient perseverance with which your Scoutmaster has helped you towards worthy manhood. Only from his hands could you receive your Eagle certificate.
May I congratulate you again, and may I remind you, the Scouting should now become an even greater tie between parents and son, finding you even closer as a family. To you, Eagle Scout William, I express confidence that you'll honor scouting with your life and service as tonight scouting honors you. That God may bless you and make you a blessing in our prayer. Now it gives me great pleasure to present to you our newest Eagle Scout, William Gully.
Thank you, Dr. Rice and Mr. Williams, and congratulations to William. Tonight, we have a few who would like to personally honor William. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Dennis Wright, President of our charter organization, CAFSI, to come to the stage for his presentation.
Good evening. My name is Dennis Wright. I'm the president of CAFSI, Caribbean American for Community Involvement here in Florida. We are the charter organization of Troop 111. I am deeply honored to be here to take part in this Eagle Court of Honor for this exceptional young man, William. As an Eagle Scout, you're joining a very select group. Only a small percentage of young men joining the Boy Scouts of America, and only 2% of those achieve the rank of Eagle. An Eagle is an exceptional person, one who is respected for his outstanding contributions and to his community. Many of our nation's greatest leaders in government, business, science, and the community are Eagle Scouts. So you're an Eagle, and society expects more from you. Scouting play an important role in your life. You've learned valuable lessons and will continue to do so for the rest of your life. I am proud of your achievement as an Eagle Scout, and I hope you stay active in Scout. Just as you looked up to others when you first joined the Scouts, others will look up to you when they join. Every Eagle qualifies during this arduous journey, qualities that help and guide you through the rest of your life. Trust of self and others, doing things that are right and doing the right thing. The importance of honor and personal integrity, helping others and caring about them. You are proof that a spirited heart, determined mind, and courageous soul can accomplish anything. We look up to you in awe and with admiration. So it is with pride and joy that we recognize your involvement and your commitment and dedication to the purpose of this outstanding organization. CAFSI is so proud of your achievement, and we wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. It is with pleasure that I present you this certificate of achievement that reads as follows. As a charter organization of Boy Scouts Troop 111, it is with great honor and pride that we recognize your extraordinary commitment to personal excellence, your exceptional leadership, your generous service to others, and your outstanding achievement in earning this esteemed award. Also, to honor your achievement, CAFSI has adopted a bald eagle in your name. Congratulations again, and look forward to your success in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Would Mrs. Davis please come to the stage to present the Farron Scholarship to William?
Good evening. Can you hear me? Because I know we're having trouble back there hearing. Good evening, Troop 111, and your families, and your friends, and CAPSI. I am very privileged to be here this evening representing the Vivian and Adrian Farron Memorial Scholarship Fund Board. If the other board members are here, could you just stand and be recognized? Because this is a very hard-working group earning money for this scholarship. Back in 2004, we created this fund to reach out, encourage, and assist the youth in our community in reaching their goals. We raise funds to award individuals who embody civic involvement, leadership, and embrace the importance of giving back. In 2009, that's not wrong. In 2009, the board felt that CAPSI's Boy Scout Troop Eagle Scouts not only met our qualifications, but in most cases, far exceeded, as William has demonstrated over the past few years. When an Eagle Scout applies for this scholarship, they not only have an application to fill out, but they have to write a few sentences to me to tell me how scouting has affected who they are today. Well, Mr. Gully mentions that he has great improvement in his cooking skills. And he now has the ability to survive in the wilderness, which I guess is a very important thing here in Florida during hurricane season. William will be graduating from Royal Palm Beach Community High School and attending the University of Central Florida, majoring in mechanical engineering. Congratulations, William. It is our honor and our pleasure to present you with your scholarship check and the traditional paperweight so you can always remember this day. Hope it'll sit on your desk and you'll always remember
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Last but not least, I would like to ask our troop advancement chair, Mrs. Sherry Estevez, to the stage.
William, I have the distinct pleasure of letting you know that a special commemorative brick has been purchased in your honor for the path at Tonakita Scout Reservation. As is tradition for the troop, for the Eagles on this momentous occasion. So
Thank you, Mrs. Estevez. Also, William, your grandparents have a special gift for you. This is an official Scout knife engraved on both sides. Engraved on both sides with patriotic images, a nice way to remember your Eagle accomplishment. We love knives here at Troop. Well, William, it's time for us to finally hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you William Gully, Troop 111's 49th Eagle Scout.
Alright, it's finally my turn. Okay, so first off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. It's been a long... Oh, can you hear me? Okay, let me just put this here. Can everyone hear me now?
No.
How about now?
No.
Is this better? Okay. So first off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. It was a long road getting here with many challenges and hurdles for me to overcome. Some of these obstacles are rather difficult, and I'm not sure if I would be able to get through them without the support from my family, my friends here in Scouts, and through the support of all the ASMs here that have helped mentor me, and or those who have given me guidance and advice to continue on my path to get to where I am today. While there are so many people in our troop, past and present, that have helped me shape into the man that I am today, there are some that I would like to call my mentors because of all they have done for me. So first, I'd like to start with Mr. Slayton. As most of you here know, or at least those who are trying to become Eagle, should know that Mr. Slayton is our Eagle Coordinator. Because of this position and role in our troop, he plays a fundamental part in every Scout's road to Eagle. If I were ever have any questions or concerns, all I need to do is ask him. And on the other hand, if I ever needed to be put back on track, he would also be there to make sure I was. Mr. Slayton, I'd like to sincerely thank you for all you've done for me and provide you with this mentor's pin. And I will bring it to you, that way you don't have to get up. Next up, I'd like to thank Mr. Farrell. When it comes down to it, Mr. Farrell has definitely been there for me, as well as my family. Whenever I needed advice from Mr. Farrell, was someone I could always go to for multiple reasons. For one, he's pretty knowledgeable, and secondly, he's not afraid to be straight with me, which is definitely quite helpful. Seeing as Mr. Farrell has mostly been there since I started this troop, because Jonathan and I were part of the same patrol, or pack, whatever it was called. I think it was called Shadow Panthers, if I'm not wrong. So because of that, he's definitely been there, someone that I could go to if I need support or had any questions. And therefore, I'd also like to give him this mentor pin. And now for Mr. Estevez. Oh, where do I start? Mr. Estevez has been around even before I joined Troop 111, back in my Cub Scout Pack 123. And if it weren't for him, I likely would not have joined this troop. While it is true that we all know Mr. Estevez to be the funny ASM, he really does a lot for this troop, being our troop quartermaster and pulling the trailer as well as some other things. He is also certified to teach and sign off on many merit badges to help us on our road to reaching our goals. Lastly, I can't thank him enough for always bringing joy and a little bit of spice to every skit that he's a part of with his various, how do I phrase it? Accents, thank you. Lastly, so for every laugh and every little giggle that he's brought to this troop, I'd like to give him this mentor pin. And now, Dr. Rice. There are so many good things I can say about Dr. Rice, like how without his assistance, it would have been much harder getting through citizenship merit badges. There's also the fact that he was also there every step of my way to getting my Eagle. He was also willing to help me since the beginning, and is someone who's always been there willing to help. I'll never forget all the times he would talk to me about the future and what my plans were for school, because it really helped me broaden my view of my future and what I wanted to do with it. While I'm not sure I could ever repay Dr. Rice for all of his kindness and wisdom, the least that I can do is give him this mentor pin to show my appreciation. And now, last but not least, my final pin has to be from Mr. Williams. As most of you may know by now, Mr. Williams is also my grandfather. Back when I started scouting, I was very nervous camping because I was on my own, and I kind of forced him to becoming an ASM. Turns out he was so good at it that he became Scoutmaster. While it was really fun having him camp with me and having him there to do all the fun things he did as a troop, there's also no one who works harder in this troop to see me do my best. Despite all of the nagging on getting my work on my project and my merit badges done, he has always been there to support me through thick and thin. And I also know how much this troop means to him and how happy I am that I brought him into it. I am so glad that I decided to join Scouts and drag Mr. Williams into it with me. There is really so much that I can say about how awesome he is, and I'm sure most of you who have worked with him already know that. Overall, I couldn't have asked for a better Scoutmaster and even better grandfather. So I'd like to give you this mentor pin, Mr. Williams. And now I also would like to thank my grandmother, who has always been there to support me. She has been there to push me when I needed pushing and has always been there if I needed someone to rely on. She has taught me so many life lessons that I'll take with me throughout life. I can't thank her enough for everything she's done for me. One thing that I would like to say about her, no matter what I asked for, she would always be there to help me if I needed and if she could. That is something that I can only hope to one day repay. So I'd like to give her this grandmother's pin to show without her support, I wouldn't have made it where I am today. Okay, now for the fun part, to give out all my ASM gifts. So, do you have any build names? I'd like to start with Mr. Benally. Mr. Moore, Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
If you are an ASM recently or in the past, please just come up. It makes it easier for me. Mr. Farrell, can you also come up one more time? Mr. Rice. Mr. Sladen as well, but we can bring it to you that way you don't have to worry about getting up. I believe that is it for the ASMs. Yep. And now for the So first off, I'd like to start with Ms. Sherry Estevez, who's definitely someone in the troop who's always helped us whenever we need it, whether it be behind the scenes or in the front grounds. So I'd like to give her this orchid as a show of my appreciation. And now I'd like to also call up Mrs. Davis to show her appreciation for everything she does for this troop as our, I think, previous one-time Cat's Eye charter, and now as Mr. Lang. This is for Mrs. Lang for everything that she does for the troop behind the scenes. I know a lot of people don't always see, but we definitely do appreciate it. And this one I like to give to my grandmother to show my appreciation for her as well. And now we also, so she doesn't feel quite left out, for my mom, I left the biggest one. And just so I can make him stand up one more time, Mr. Williams, will you please come up here? So I decided to get something a little bit special for Mr. Williams to show how much I appreciate him. We're going to start with the funny one first and the more serious one after.
They call me a Scoutmaster because apparently they call me a Scoutmaster because apparently badass isn't a job title.
To follow that up, we decided to pick this up for him as well. This is a plaque showing his time as Scoutmaster to give him dedication to everything that he's done for this troop. So now I'd like to call Jared back up to finish this off.
This is a case for a flag that's been flown over the Capitol building to bring forward.
Oh, now's the real fun part. At this time, I would like to invite anyone that has any stories or memories to tell of William to please come to the stage and share them. However, I'm already here. I'm gonna start. Y'all can deal with it. No, if you want to. I've been with William since our new Scout Patrol, labeled the Shadow Panthers. You still have the flag? Oh no. We were very young, and it was very weird to think back at it. But looking back at it, I remember the first TK summer camp that Mr. Williams previously brought up. We weren't very long into our new Scout Patrol. I don't remember how long it was, but maybe a couple months. And I got there. I didn't really care. I was that kind of kid. I was like, everything's fine. I'll just deal with it. William, on the other hand, was the complete opposite. And he had a not very fun time a lot of that summer camp. But he ended up benefiting. He made a lot of friends with a lot of the instructors at the merit badge classes and a lot of the older scouts that were there. And there's one thing that burns in my memory that I'm upset about. He got ice cream from Michael Springthorpe, and we didn't. Now, I think that's unfair because, you know, there is photographic proof. It's on his Instagram. It's on Michael Springthorpe's Instagram. And I think it's upsetting that we didn't get ice cream. And so that is one of the main things that I think about William. And I was like, looking at this kid, and I'm like, who is he? Why is he like this? Why can't he deal with it like I can? But we continued through our new Scout Patrol, and then the ones that were, or the main ones that were left, all the good ones, you know, MVPs, me, Will, and Jonathan, we went to the Howling Wolves under Steve Whalen as Scoutmaster. And it was mainly from then that the relationship between me, Jonathan, and Will sort of strengthened. And we sort of became a lot closer. And so, looking back at it, the only things that I remember from William was originally not having a good rapport with him, you know, confused at his existence. And then as it grew, we sort of bonded, shared our love of pyromania, and it has evolved to a friendship that I actually enjoy. And so, thank you, William, and I appreciate our time in the troop together. That's what I do, you got it. We don't speak of this.
Jared, he was just more dedicated to walk home than you were. That's why you didn't get ice cream.
Yeah, I guess. Are you going now? Oh, it's you.
So yeah, as Jared said, we've all started in the new Scout Patrol, and we've basically been the same patrol our entire scouting career. And I'd like to preface this by saying, Will is a phenomenal scout. He's taught me a lot, and he knew all the every patrol has that one kid in their new Scout Patrol where he knows all the knots and the lashings, and none of you do. So you always go to him to learn them, or sometimes to have him do it for you for your requirements. Yeah, and then you'll forget them the next day, but he'll remember them. And Will was that person. Will was good at a lot of other stuff too. Obviously building fires, using knives, so on and so forth. There was one field that Will was not that great in. It was orienteering. So Will, another how great a scout was, Will was the first of us in the Shaman Patrol, which is like our upper leadership patrol. And so there was this one camp out, and it was Bigfoot. And so Will was a part of, he wasn't Shaman at the time, but he was troop guide. So Will was in charge of all of our younger scouts. So him and some of the younger shaman on this hike we went, yeah, Josh specifically, were in charge of guiding these younger scouts on a 5-mile hike. No big deal. We weren't that far apart. It was 3 groups. It was them, it was some older scouts like me and Jared, the rest of the shaman, and behind us came up the rear because they're always slow as the ASMs. And so we sit down for like this snack break, and we meet up with Will's group, and we're sitting there, and they get up like maybe 5 minutes before we did. And they said, okay, we're gonna head all the way back to camp. And so 5 minutes goes by. They literally just go like past like these bushes. And our group gets up, me and Jared's group, and we go and we get on this main road, literally just over the side of the bushes, and we see this giant arrow in the ground. And we're like, what is this? Why they didn't put that here? And we're consulting with the shaman. They wouldn't do this. They're smart enough. They don't know. They know that they're going straight, right? And so we all assumed yes. So we head all the way back to camp, and sure enough, no Will, Josh, and the younger scouts. You know, it turns out it was probably an hour or two maybe, and their trail took them past the entire campsite. I believe past some gun ranges too, which was very scary for the ASMs. And you know, again, orienteering not great in Will. Like, just a little more improvement. We did learn though, and I don't believe there's any more lost things. But yes, Will is an amazing scout, and I've learned a lot, and we've grown as friends over the years, and I just can't thank him enough for these past years that we've had. And thank you and congratulations, buddy.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, so when you think of Will, what I think are 4 things, which is cooking, fire, knives, and knots. Now, I don't have any for knots or knives, but I do have one for cooking and for fire. Well, actually, two for cooking. So we had a 3-day camp out in the Keys. It was for Memorial Day. And it was really, really hot there. I remember that. It was unbearably hot. But Will was in the shaman patrol, and he really likes cooking, so he was in charge of cooking the meals. And so Will was there cooking, and I think I was sitting at my table drinking water, and I look over, and the stove and the patrol box are on top of him. And he's like struggling to keep it in the air and hold it up. Because the shaman thought they'd be smart and put it on the table. And if you've seen the patrol boxes, we have legs for them to keep them up so they don't fall down. But the shaman thought they were better than that. So they grabbed the wooden table at the campsite and put it there, on top of it. And it was fine until that breakfast morning. When I look over, and Will's face is all red, and he's just scared, and he's holding the patrol box up like this, struggling to keep himself up. The second cooking story was at Sikorsky military base, I think it is. And it was a really cool camp out. I remember I only went there once. But there was a big cooking competition between 10 plus troops there. A lot of like meals were sent in to the staff there to judge. And Will sent his in, called Black Hawk Chili, right? So he sent his in. And I didn't think we were going to win. I didn't think anyone was going to win in our trip. I thought we just lost. So I didn't really care. And I remember looking up and seeing Will, Jonathan, and Jared walk towards the main building. And I thought to myself, that's kind of weird. I wonder what they did earlier in the day to get in trouble. And they come back saying they won the whole competition. He got first place out of 10 plus troops who also submitted meals. That was a pretty cool thing. My last story is with the fire. And I feel like this happens all the time. But Will really likes the fires, and he likes to make them really big. And throwing a ton of palm fronds and kerosene all on top of it, just drench it. And I remember one time, I think he put almost a whole can in there and doused it in there. And I remember he went to light it, and normally he backs up, but for some reason, he kind of stood there for a minute, or a couple seconds. And there's just a giant thing of fire in front of him, and he's just standing there looking at it. And then he runs back. I just remember watching him thinking, I wonder if he got burned. He didn't get burnt at all. There was nothing on him. So congratulations, Will, on hitting you. That was my story.
Hello. So I'm not sure if I can say anything that's really new per se. I mean, I think I can definitely say that he's known for his knives, his cooking, and the fires. I will say that for something particular was the Sikorsky one that was just being talked about. The original plan was to go ahead and we wanted to do chili dogs, right? But then when we got there, they went ahead and said no chili dogs at all. So he had the genius idea, get this, to go ahead and just make. He called it Black Hawk Chili. But you see, we just put the hot dogs in the chili like a soup. But also, what I really want to say from my interesting story is I remember a while back when we were both really young, he was a new scout and I was very much still new myself, and we had one of our Court of Honors. And after the Court of Honor, we got to talking. We were talking about things, and I don't know what happened to it, but one thing led to another. And he apparently said that he himself was apparently a demon. He literally said, what? Never mind then. You didn't hear anything. You heard nothing? Okay, but in all seriousness, this man is one of the best cooks, one of the best to deal with any fires, and he's got a lot more knives than I think any other scout. That's probably a good thing. No?
Oh, no.
Alright, so one camp out, it was our out-of-state camp out. It's amazing, really fun. I had a lot of fun. Then it was the last day, or it was the last night that we were supposed to be there. And big fire, skits, songs, it was really fun. But most importantly, is that I got hurt. This man, right here. Yeah. No. So we have a skit called New York Mugging. It's a very weird skit. All right. So yeah, I was a person getting mugged, of course. And for the last mug, as I should say, Will came and basically body slammed me into the ground. Yeah, he caught me. I got body slammed to the ground. But his knees cut up, blood. Just like, I saved you. See? Just standing there, just like, I got you. But yeah, that was really fun. I had a lot of fun with that. But it's gonna be a very good memory, if I should say. So, I have a very bad memory, if in all honesty. But one thing that I remember that is constant throughout my sort of path with Will is sometimes he gets left out of a lot of stuff, and I feel bad. Like, there are so many times where he's the odd one out, and I look back at it and I'm like, I feel bad. That sucks. At Woodruff, we had Woodruff Extreme, which was an adventure, what do you call it? An adventure camp. And so it was really fun. It was great. We did a bunch of stuff like whitewater rafting, horseback riding, and for a majority, it was actually almost all Troop 111. We were some of the only scouts that actually signed up for that sort of thing. And so we had about 12 people, and I think 8 of them was Troop 111. I think there was 2 scouts and then like some extra adults. And so we had to sleep in these weird plywood like huts, which was nice because they had beds, but you know. And it was, I think, me, Jonathan, Will, and then the 2 other kids. And then it was the rest of Troop 111. And me and Jonathan were like, why are we in here? I'd rather go over there and sleep on the floor and be able to talk with people. I don't know if William got the memo, because all I remember is us chilling around in the Troop 111 hut, having fun, talking, and then Will's alone. And I look back at it and I'm like, we left you alone with strangers. What happened? And that also happened on the whitewater rafting. I don't even know how this happened, because it was all of Troop 111. I don't know. It was most of Troop 111, and then he was on the other rafts with the other 2. The other 2, the one adult that came, and then I think Ethan? And with the cabin as well. And so I look back and I'm like, man, how did we do this to William so much? And I want to formally apologize for leaving you out all the times, because I feel like it was a waste without you there. Sentimental. You have to make it sentimental at the end. That's how you get the Oz. I did almost die on that. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that.
Oh.
I would now like to ask Mr. Estevez to please return to the stage to officially close this board of honor.
Can everyone hear me? William, I congratulate you as an Eagle Scout. The eagle soars high and seeks to rest only upon the lofty peaks. As an Eagle Scout, you too must soar high. You must not swerve from the path of duty. Your ideals must be lofty. You must strive to obtain that which is the highest and noblest in life. I hereby declare this Eagle Court of Honor closed.
Thank you all for coming and participating in this wonderful event. Please stay and enjoy dinner, desserts, and great fellowship. Remember, Scouts, parents, and guests are first. But now I would like to call up Jonathan Farrell to give the benediction.
So again, please stand and remove your hats if it is your custom. The Scout is reverent. Lord, grant us the spark to imagine, the daring to innovate, and the discipline to plan, the skills to do, to achieve, the commitment to be responsible, and the leadership to motivate. And now, may the great Scoutmaster of all Scouts be with us until we meet again, and may our footsteps lead unto him. Thank you. Hands in your fight. Amen. Scout is ready. Thank you.
Color guard, advance. Color guard, withdraw the colors. Color guard, dismiss. All right.
More race. I think we're good. Yeah, the people
Oh, I didn't spend it.
Oh, I smiled like it was a picture.
I had brought them, Yeah.
There's no way.
Exactly. It's just too many, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
New chart.
I know, I said like it's the quick term, I don't
One up, wrap whole hand around the lantern.
Didn't Frank never get past
Those lanterns, I never use them specifically because I did.
Because they light it. Whoosh! The whole thing. You just went out.
I don't know if it's done long. I guess we can't have that kind of fun anymore because we got the propane.
Yeah.
That usually behaves itself pretty good.
Oh, and I found a way now.
Beautiful. Okay, well, we can put this plate together, not a problem.
Yeah, nice, huh?
Oh, yeah?
It was Carlos and Lewis. It was.
All chest cancers wind up because their mind.
Oh, yeah. It's
He did I saw him do a Rubik's Cube on live TV in 10 seconds. Somebody just handed it to him. I didn't even think of that. So then I started reading up on it that a lot of the chest moves up.